without further ado, let me introduce you to Sebastian Ramirez, who is a lead cloud solution architect at VMware, who will take over from here and go through the MSP portfolio.
All right, thank you, Thijs. Let me just grab the screen here.
Yep.
And so hopefully everybody can see my screen now.
Yep, looking fine.
All right, so just to confirm, Thijs, you can see my presentation, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm just gonna quickly turn on my camera as well. Hello, everybody. So welcome to this session to go through the VMware MSP program for VMware Cloud providers. And my name, as Thijs said, is Sebastian Ramirez. I work as a lead cloud solutions architect in the VMware Cloud team, specifically working with the cloud provider and MSP partners within the Nordic and Baltic region. So everything around cloud, our cloud solutions, especially on the cloud provider tooling and programs that's lands into my kind of area. Thank you for joining and welcome. I'm now gonna turn off my camera so that my my computer don't die during the session. So before we start, I just want to, well, honestly, the corporate needs me to show this. So this presentation may contain some product features or functionality that are currently under development, and everything is subject to change, basically. So that's now done. Thank you. So the agenda for today is to go through the MSP program, and before we go into that and dive into that, we're going to talk about a little bit on the strategy for cloud providers that we have in VMware, and we're going to a little bit touch on the market opportunity that we see for MSP specifically. Then we're going to go through the MSP program overview. We're going to talk about what is the program, how does it work, how do you get enrolled, and then we're going to talk about the value prop of the program. So why would you be interested on this MSP program? Then obviously we're going to go through the cloud service portfolio that we offer through the MSP program, and at the end we hopefully have some time to do Q&A, and if there is some outstanding questions left behind that we don't have time to cover during this session, we will make sure to follow up them afterwards. So I just wanted to quickly go through the VMware vision that we have. So our vision has been more or less the same for the past 5 years or so, which is essentially that we want to be able to provide the tools so that our customers and partners are able to build and run any app in any cloud and use any device with the intrinsic security built in. So although the vision has been the same for a number of years now, it doesn't mean that we have been static in a way. And when you think about transformation, it's kind of an endless loop that when you think about it. So we all as individuals have to transform ourselves during our working careers, especially in our industry, in IT, to stay relevant. And companies have to transform as well to survive in the competitive markets, like MSPs and service providers and all the tech vendors, basically. And also VMware as a company has transformed many times during the past 20 years. So many of us and many knows VMware as the server virtualization company. But those days are long behind. And since VMware was founded and server virtualization was invented, basically, we have gone a long way from software-defined storage and HCI to software-defined networking with NSX and virtual cloud network. And we came up with the concept of software-defined data center, which we have then expanded and evolved to hybrid cloud. And today, we deliver the digital foundation and tooling to build, run, manage, connect, and protect any app in any cloud, helping customers to manage their multi-cloud environments, run their modern apps, and connect and protect their end users wherever they are around the globe. So that's just to give you an idea what we actually do today, and it's still, we are still doing the virtualization of everything, but we have evolved quite a bit since that. So there's been and still is a fundamental transformation happening in every industry as well. So not only us and you as providers, but the industries are transforming as we speak, and it's ongoing. And obviously it's accelerated by the digital transformation that is happening in every industry. And within all customers and partners, the application is the lifeblood of the modern organization. So it's how a business competes in the market and delivers the value to its end users, basically. So it's all about transforming in order to deliver modern workloads that brings business opportunity. And every organization hence has to have the digital foundation where they can run their modern applications. And we are estimating that there will be more applications in the next 5 years than in the last 4 decades. And those new applications, new technologies could be like advanced analytics, industrial IoT, and you name it. So there's tons of new technologies out there, which then means more applications, more modern applications, new ways to do things. So as we see the technologies being adopted along with digital cloud and app transformation, we are also seeing new business models emerge, and consumers and businesses increasingly value access and outcomes over ownership, just like you would do and are probably doing with your subscription services like Netflix or Spotify or Amazon Prime or whatever you have. And and users of these services really don't need to own the content itself, but they would like to have access to it, have the latest and greatest, and be able to consume it. And the same model is applied to these new technologies, basically. So freedom to access services and use them anytime, anywhere, and have the latest technology and product model available at all times, and having the flexibility and choice in how we pay, and having the flexibility to pause and resume services as we use them. And companies with subscription revenues grew five times faster than the SP 500 revenues that we're seeing. And 70% of businesses believe subscription models hold the key to future commercial growth and expansion. And 40% of the C-suites and boards plan to launch new or additional recurring revenue businesses in the near term. And our goal here is to build the value chain with our MSP partners and enable the subscription economy with our partners and with the industry they are working on, with the customers and consumers and so on at the end. And industry analysts have predicted that the cloud professional services business is expected to grow to 20 billion by 2026. And at the same time, as well, the managed services are expected to grow to 330 billion by 25, and managed cloud business to 85 billion by 23. So the addressable market and the business opportunity is definitely there, according to analysts as well. It's not only us, as you probably understand. So as we look at the cloud journey for our customers, many have started with their own data center or a private cloud. And many of them, in some countries, even the majority, is using services from a local cloud provider already, where you have workloads and services running in both in your private data center and in cloud providers' data center. And many customers realizes and starting to see that there is really no cloud fits all needs, and they are using different cloud endpoints based on their needs. So there is the need to expand the cloud footprint to other clouds, like the hyperscalers such as Azure, AWS, or Google. And then there's different use cases and branches that needs to be connected, managed, and secured across these multi-cloud environments. And all of this is adding complexity for customers. And this is where our MSP partners have the opportunity to help and simplify all of this. So the need is really, really there. So next, I wanted to touch a bit on the cloud provider strategy. And I wanted to kind of quickly go through what is the vision that we have for our cloud partners. So as just said, the customers are facing more options than ever when it comes to different clouds, different innovations, different technologies, and different cloud services. And the growth of Amazon, Azure, and Google and whatnot, and other large public clouds have obviously accelerated those options. So there are more options than ever available, whichever cloud do you look at. So as cloud partners in this space, as MSPs, the vision is to help you to take advantage of this opportunity, this complexity opportunity that we have, and offer a compelling and differentiated set of services, and obviously grow your business. So partners are in different phases in this multi-cloud journey. So there is no one size fits all, as we know, when it comes to different technologies or business models. And we understand this, obviously, and we are giving our partners the flexibility and choice to manage this journey in the way that best fits your business models. So we are seeing three types of partner profiles. We have the cloud builders, and then we are seeing the asset-light providers and the next-gen MSPs for native public clouds. And we are innovating to support all of these three use cases or these business models, if you will. And a partner could be and could fit any of these three profiles or all of them at the same time. So it could be a cloud builder, or it could be offering VMware managed services on hyperscalers, or it could be offering managed services on top of native public clouds. And it could be the combination of all of these. So there are different kind of partners in different stages of this cloud journey based on maybe the customer requirements and the industry or whatever attribute there might be in their specific market. So the majority of the cloud providers that we are seeing are in some sort of mixed mode. So they're using hyperscale environments as well as their own environments. And many will stay in a mixed mode using their own and some hyperscaler. There are some providers who are willing to move completely to asset light. And there are obviously providers who have born in the asset light world. They don't have the kind of their own environment, own asset heavy kind of data centers to run. And we see that enterprises still run more significant part of their workloads in a private cloud or in an on-prem data center. And maybe small to medium businesses, on the other hand, prefer public cloud. And hence the need to provide services across private and public is pretty obvious. It's clear. And this is what we are addressing with our cloud provider platform. So we are providing a service delivery platform for all providers, whether they are more focused on asset heavy, so owning the assets, having their own data centers, having their own operation there, or running asset light, so providing services using our software as a service solutions. And this session is focusing now on the asset light piece, as you probably guessed, where the MSP program comes into play. So next we're going to look at a little bit on the MSP program and the overview. So the rental piece, the kind of licensing model that you have used to use if you are a VCPP partner, lands on the same umbrella with the MSP route to market as well. So they both belong to the same VCPP umbrella. And the VCPP is a part of the one and only partner program that we have, the VMware Partner Connect. And this session, we're gonna specifically talk about the MSP route to market, which is basically leveraging VMware software as a service offerings without having necessarily the investment to your own assets. So what is VMware MSP program? So as I said, basically it's offering VMware software as a service offering as a service. So no CapEx investments in the infrastructure whatsoever required. So in this program, the MSP, the partner, owns the customer relationship. And this is the fundamental difference between a reselling motion and MSP. Whereas MSP owns as well the terms of service towards the customer and owns the technical support. And MSPs are able to differentiate themselves with their own value-add services and or business terms. And the MSPs manage all the services centrally via the Cloud Partner Navigator. So what's the Partner Navigator? So I'm sure this might be a new term for many of you. But the Cloud Partner Navigator is basically a natural evolution of the previous Cloud Provider Hub, which gives access to VMware's portfolio of cloud services. And it's basically a centralized portal where MSP is able to manage their day-to-day operations for their end customers. And it also integrates Cloud Director service for multi-cloud infrastructure as a service on VMC on AWS and VMware Cloud Provider clouds with the support for other hyperscalers coming in a later release. So with CPN, Cloud Partner Navigator, MSPs can manage the end-to-end customer lifecycle. So provisioning, manage services for customers, deliver asset-light services, getting a consolidated view of their usage and manage support towards VMware. And CPN, so the Partner Navigator, helps basically MSPs to scale because the platform offers the ability to quickly introduce new services without kind of investing any kind of data center equipment or anything like that. So it brings also the operational efficiency with the asset-light deployments and obviously enhance customer experience with the self-service capabilities for both the customer and the cloud provider, allowing the customers to easily monitor and control the services while cloud providers benefit from the granular controls. So the current portfolio, we have quite a bit of services available to cloud providers already. And we have a very good roadmap near term. And we have here on the slide, you can see that we have divided these into 3 different categories. We have the runtime environments, and then we have the multi-cloud management and operations, and we have the beyond cloud services. But starting from the left, runtime environments, we have VMware Cloud on AWS, which you probably, most of you probably know already. And we recently introduced also VMware Cloud on Dell EMC into the program as well. So moving on to the multi-cloud management and operations, where we have our flagship product, Cloud Director Service, along with VMware Htx for migrations, or the most trusted multi-cloud management visibility, cost management governance tool, CloudHealth, along with the vRealize suite offered as a cloud SaaS service, along with the VMware Marketplace, which you can then offer to your customers to be able to consume application catalog from Bitnami that we have available. And then we have a roadmap for Carbon Black, which is shortly going to be introduced in the program. And of course, Tanzu portfolio, we actually have the TKG, the runtime piece, available with VMware Cloud and AWS already, but we're going to introduce the portfolio later, coming releases to this program as well. As well as the cloud disaster recovery service. We have a roadmap for that as well, and we're going to introduce that in the coming releases. So moving to beyond cloud, there we have the Horizon Cloud, which you can use to basically offer desktop as a service from your own infrastructure, VMware provided infrastructure, or a public cloud infrastructure. With of course, the digital workspace solution that we offer, Workspace ONE, along with the SD-WAN by VeloCloud. So connecting your branches, improving your application performance, and that's the way to go. So we have pretty good set of services already available, and we have a really good roadmap coming up in the coming releases. So to summarize, Partner Navigator, it really brings together these 2 platforms. So the SDDC infrastructure and the VMware as a service SaaS services, which allows partners to expand basically the services from VMware-based hyperscalers, as well as adding managed services for public clouds. And it really delivers the unified experience to drive service delivery for any partner or any cloud in one common platform. So looking at the MSP model and the process. So it is quite simple to onboard as a partner to this program. So we have divided this process to pre-commit process and post-commit. So the pre-commit process, when we start from the left, obviously it starts that the MSP discovers the MSP program. And then the next step would be to join to Partner Connect and enroll as a VCPP provider. And then obviously choosing an aggregator, where obviously Arrow is a very good and knowledgeable option, and that has run this for many years. And then once you have been signed up for the program and having an aggregator, you would sign a commit contract with the services that you're looking to offer. And obviously going forward, as a provider, you would like to probably start building some pipeline with your prospect customers and determine the terms of service where you can, again, maybe differentiate yourselves from others. And moving on to the post-commit process, where you have already committed to a certain level of consumption, and you have the services determined, you have the competencies done, you onboard to the cloud provider navigator, or sorry, cloud partner navigator. And there you are able to then obviously create the tenant organizations, tenant environments, and provision services for your customers. We have very good guides available, and I'm sure Arrow can also provide any interested partners on the with the getting started guides. So in this MSP model, we have 4 participants in the model. So in the chain, we have the customer, obviously, and then we have the MSP, i.e. the partner, and then we have Arrow, the aggregator in the between, and then at the other end of this chain is VMware. So the customer essentially uses, is the end user for the managed services that the MSP is providing. And in this kind of process example, we are talking about VMC. So essentially the customer would buy the VMC services from the MSP. The customer gets support from the MSP, and ideally they don't have direct contact with VMware. Of course, this is something that might not be the case in many scenarios, because we tend to have a lot of customers, but essentially the MSP is owning the customer relationship. Whereas the MSP obviously commits to an MSP contract level. So selecting the services, committing to a consumption level with the aggregator, and purchases the services then from VMware. And the MSP provides managed services on top of those offerings, and kind of resells that to their customers as part of the service. The MSP owns the terms of service for their customers. So that's really important thing to understand. And then obviously the MSP will get support from VMware. But still at the same time, the MSP needs to support the end customer. And then the MSP will get a bill from the aggregator, and the aggregator is serving as a billing agent for VMware for the services that are consumed by the MSP. Aggregator themselves do not provide support in that sense. They set up the MSP, commit contracts, and help partners with those. And then VMware sells and provisions the services to MSPs, and we own the terms of service for the MSP only and not for the end customer. And we provide the support for the MSP, and we build the aggregator for services consumed by the MSP. So that's pretty much how it works. So moving on, the value proposition of the MSP program. I know that we are a little bit behind on time, but I will speed it up now, right now. So no worries. So why should you consider becoming an MSP? So in this slide, we have these 3 models. So basically, starting from the left, from the model 1, we have the traditional reselling motion. So partner reselling VMware products to customer, where VMware manage customer support, and partner might provide some professional services for the customer. In model 2, we go a little bit beyond resell and professional services, but on top of that, the partner might offer some higher value managed services. But in this model too is still just reselling, and VMware still owns the customer support and customer relationship. Whereas in the model 3, it is the MSP who owns the customer. It is the MSP who owns the support and the solution, and in that way can provide more value to the customer. And many of our MSPs are building kind of higher value end-to-end solutions for their specific market and specific customers, and that way they can get kind of in a trusted advisor position and produce more value actually for the customer, not only providing or reselling a platform or licenses. So why becoming a VMware MSP? So first of all, you will get the consistent and predictable revenue, and there really is the value of recurring revenue and steady income, which is generated by the monthly billing. So the subscription economy. So and then obviously building long-term relationship with customers and clients. So delivering end-to-end solutions and outcomes and better understand the customer needs rather than just reselling a platform or licenses. So really becoming the trusted advisor. And that way you can also achieve major efficiency gains. So moving away from dedicated snowflakes and provide standardized solutions across all of your clients. And that way it gives you the opportunity to have much simpler way to scale the business. And looking at the example of VMC on AWS on the right side here, and some of the benefits that are there. So the MSP owns the customer relationship end to end, and they, in that way, they can build a stickier relationship with the customer and maybe have some sort of a customer success team and organization built. And MSPs can differentiate their offerings, which then gives more value versus the standard VMC reselling. For example, better commercial terms or business models, and especially like end-to-end solutions rather than just the platform. And obviously the unified solution would be the infrastructure plus services. So not only the platform. And obviously the partners are able to simplify and have the control of the sales process and simplify the support and operational model. But obviously they can also capture the recurring revenue, including the infrastructure, and drive higher margins with the aggregation and efficiency via higher commit tiers, high partner discounts, et cetera, et cetera. So with the MSP route to market, we really want our MSP providers to grow their business opportunity and differentiate their business based on the services they offer and simplify the day-to-day operations with Cloud Partner Navigator. And providers can leverage VMware technologies to offer those managed services with no data center investments. They can own the end-to-end terms of services for their customers, while also at the same time getting volume discounts from the program. And customers get to work with the trusted providers local to them, who are VMware approved, who understand the challenges of that market, from compliance to regulations to unique needs that they might have. And essentially customers can focus on their business rather than IT, while partners like MSP partners can manage and monitor their VMware SaaS technology. So some of the use cases that we might have as a provider, if you would like to be a cloud provider that operates their own cloud and would like to enhance that cloud, how would maybe the MSP program and the partner navigator could help? In that scenario, the MSP could use, for example, the vRealize suite from the cloud, using log aggregation, orchestration and automation, and maybe kind of pipeline management as well, having visibility to the network, whether it's on the physical side or virtual, and having the intelligent operations with VROps, capacity management and such that you can do there. And obviously in the future, we can support with security use cases using Carbon Black or the Tanzu portfolio, Tanzu mission control to manage your modern applications and obviously the Kubernetes clusters that you're running. The second use case could be like a cloud provider wants to expand their service platform to hyperscaler clouds. And with VMware Cloud and AWS, complemented with Cloud Director Service, you could offer as a provider a single unified multi-cloud platform to your cloud and VMware-based hyperscaler clouds. And that gives you the opportunity to expand geographically into different locations quickly. And the third use case could be that I want to manage my customer workloads in hyperscaler clouds. And for that use case, we have really good solutions with CloudHealth, VRA Cloud for orchestration and pipeline management to any cloud, and going forward, Carbon Black and TMZ as well. So there really is plenty of options to different use cases that you might want to look at. So in summary, with the MSP program, partners can basically accelerate the time to market and mitigate the risk using these VMware SaaS services. And they can really differentiate with the hybrid and multi-cloud managed services. And obviously, they can expand the service across geo if you have customers that are geographically and global. So the MSP owns the customer relationship end to end, which gives you the opportunity to become like a trusted advisor for your customers. And it gives you the opportunity to focus on driving business outcomes rather than keeping the lights on all the time. And that's what MSP program is all about. So moving on to the portfolio of the services that we have there. So we're going to quickly glance through the services that we have available, and then we're going to open the Q&A. So most of you probably know VMware Cloud and AWS. It's the flagship hyperscaler VMware Cloud offerings that we have, which essentially provides you the software-defined data center running on AWS bare metal in AWS data centers. One of the biggest values of VMC and AWS is, of course, that you can connect and have a consistent platform and expansion of your existing data center to VMware Cloud and AWS. And you can have seamless workload mobility across these environments. And it really gives you the opportunity to accelerate your customers' cloud transformation or cloud migration programs or strategies that they might have, because you're able to migrate without any disruption your workloads to this public hyperscaler cloud. And coming to the second value adds of VMC and AWS, which is that you will get direct access to the native AWS services that are there, which you can then use to connect to your VMware-based workloads running in VMC on AWS, which then gives you the opportunity to start doing your application modernization or have like a modern application architecture with the native AWS services there. It is sold, operated, and supported by VMware, and of course, obviously, with our partners like you. You can run their containers and VMs, and it gives you really the flexibility on the consumption models that there is. Coming to like a MSP world, cloud provider world, and looking at VMC on AWS. So essentially, when you provision a SDDC from VMC on AWS, it is a single tenant solution. So what is then Cloud Director Service, and what is it bringing on top of VMC? So Cloud Director Service is a SaaS service where we aim to use the very same VCD, so VMware Cloud Director code base in a new container architecture deployed in native AWS. So it is a SaaS service of SaaS incarnation of VCD. So what this means is that the key capabilities like multi-tenancy are now extended to these VMware-based clouds, including VMC on AWS. So as a provider, you can now spin up one instance of VMC and securely share it between numerous of your end customers. And this has a huge impact on the economics, giving you the ability to target smaller, mid-sized market customers, as they don't have to commit to a full dedicated instance of VMC on AWS environment. And they still get all the advantages of in a custom size offering. And then as the reach of CDS extends to more clouds, both you and your tenant will be able to enjoy the consistent experience across clouds. And Cloud Director Service relies on the partner Navigator as a delivery mechanism, and is integrated in much the same way that the other services are for metering and provisioning. So essentially, CDS brings multi-tenancy on top of VMC, which you are then able to sell in smaller pieces to your customers. Then moving on, we recently introduced VMware Cloud on Dell EMC into the program, which basically is an all-inclusive service. So it is a hardware, software support, and managed services packaged into one service. It is a VMware branded service, which is jointly operated with the hardware partner, Dell EMC here. And VMware is the single point of contact in this service. It really gives you the freedom from the asset ownership as it is as a service. And there is subscription-based pricing for this service. And the availability today is obviously, we launched it in the US, and we are gradually bringing it to Europe, the UK, Germany, and France for the moment. So moving on, VMware Htx. So if you're looking into how to migrate or move or having application mobility between any supported vSphere environments across on-prem or VMC on AWS, or between your on-prem data centers, VMware Htx is the solution you should look at. It essentially gives you the ability to move workloads live between different environments and have the network extended between these environments, so that you are not needed to change your IP addresses and so on from your applications. It provides the application mobility between non-vSphere to vSphere. And in this context, I mean Hyper-V and KVM hypervisors. It also provides, as explained, bidirectional traffic engineered network extension capability with the VPN setup. So the use case for HCX would be data center evacuation, cloud migration, data center migration, everything basically related to moving applications from A to B. HCX is the tool to look at. Then we have the CloudHealth, which is the most trusted platform to manage all the well-known public cloud environments like AWS, Azure, Google, and of course, VMware-based clouds. So the core capabilities and the value proposition of CloudHealth, in short, is obviously the visibility. So you get the global consolidated reporting across cloud and data center environments. And then optimization, so build and run a cost and performance optimized architecture that scales without any added complexity. So, and then governance, you can automate and control assets based on enforcing business policies and governance definitions. So the key takeaway here is that the CloudHealth consolidates the data into a single platform that really simplifies your multi-cloud management and control, and gives you the visibility, especially in the costing. So you have an idea how much this party is costing me. And then obviously we have the vRealize suite as a SaaS offering available to our MSPs, where we have vRealize Automation Cloud, vRealize Operations Cloud, Log Insights Cloud, and Network Insight Cloud. So starting with VRA Cloud. So VRA Cloud is basically made up from these three different areas. So we have the Cloud Assembly, which is basically a declarative infrastructure as code abstraction layer that MSPs or customers can use to build multi-cloud application blueprints. And then the service broker is an aggregator of content that provides self-service for Cloud Assembly or third-party blueprints, and also enables a governance layer. And CodeStream is a continuous delivery release pipeline that allows customer developers to model the entire release process. It also incorporates a release dashboard to keep track on all of these KPIs. And MSPs can use CodeStream to build CI/CD offerings and integrate them with their cloud services to offer easy to consume CI/CD to your customer developers. Then obviously we have the VROps, vRealize Operations Cloud. Probably many of you know VROps from the past, but basically it delivers intelligent operations management across the physical, virtual, and cloud infrastructure, enabling the MSP provider to efficiently operate a cloud platform and possibly also meet the required customer SLAs. So it correlates the application and infrastructure data in a unified, easy-to-use management tool, VROps, that provides control over performance, capacity, and configuration, with predictive analytics driving proactive, policy-based automation and workload placement. So this is really the tool to look at when you are looking at intelligent operations across your environments. And then we have the Log Insight Cloud, which is also included in the VMware Cloud and AWS service for the audit logging piece. And it gives you basically a real-time visibility into infrastructure and application logs across SDDC, VMC, and native clouds such as AWS. It rolls up the unstructured data to simple, insightful, and visual dashboards with real-time log data with event data correlation and analytics. Then we have network inside cloud. So whether you are running your you have your edge devices, you branches, you have you need to connect your different sites, or you have your data center, your physical switches, routers, load balancer, or firewalls, your SDDC, container applications, or you're running a cloud in VMC or native public cloud. Network Insight is really the tool to give you the visibility, the capability to troubleshoot the network, have the visibility to the traffic and path analytics. It gives you security visibility. You are able to drive your security policies and compliance, as well as the very good value of this is to help you with migrations, where you can discover your applications, who is talking to where, which application instance is communicating in which network, which port, having the latency and performance visibility. Network Insight really is the tool for end-to-end network visibility and analytics across multi-cloud. Then we have the Bitnami App Catalog, which is kind of curated catalog for images, developer tools, VMs, and containers, whether it's a VMware environment or a public cloud. So it gives you an easy way to consume certified, well-architected, and packaged applications. I'm just going to go a little bit quickly so we can manage to answer some of your questions. I know we're short on time. So SD-WAN, VMware SD-WAN is the cloud delivered solution for network operators and application owners who want to ensure high application performance and availability for their end users while lowering networking cost. So it really provides an abstraction to decouple the networking software services from the underlying hardware, and creating a secure, reliable, and transport independent network overlay. And it combines multiple links, MPLS, LTE, Wi-Fi, and broadband, and uses proprietary steering technology to select the best path for each application to have consistent performance and without any quality issues or outages. So that's SD-WAN, VMware SD-WAN. So Workspace ONE, moving to end user space. So Workspace ONE is the simple and secure enterprise platform that delivers and manages any app on any smartphone, tablet, or laptop, or any device with an operating system, basically. And by integrating the app access management, unified endpoint management, and real-time application delivery, we really reduce the threat of data loss, and we really modernize the traditional IT operations and how users access the corporate applications securely. It is essentially delivering a digital workspace with consumer simplicity in a nutshell. So VMware Horizon Cloud, it is a cloud scale service for managing and delivering desktops and apps. And it really allows customers to bring their own infrastructure or buy infrastructure from VMware. It's available globally, and it really is designed to enable organization to start small and scale on demand. And so essentially, desktops and apps, private or public, your own infrastructure or someone else's infrastructure, Horizon Cloud is your choice. So in summary, whether you are asset heavy or asset light provider, the cloud provider platform is going to serve your needs. So you're able to use best-in-class VMware Cloud services and offer multi-cloud, cross-cloud services. For example, logging and monitoring on public cloud, or managing your edge and edge points to support your customer digital transformation requirements. If you would like to learn more, we have a good set of contents in our website. And obviously, Arrow is very capable of giving you that information as well. And unfortunately, we are running out of time, so I will open the Q&A now if there's any questions open.
Yep. So if I haven't received any questions though in the Q&A, but if you want to ask them live, you can just raise your hand and we can unmute you. Other than that, I wanted just to summarize on the practicalities of things here. So we covered a lot of ground, and the MSP is a extensive program with a lot of different products, and we are seeing a lot of since the portfolio is a reflection on the normal regular VMware offerings. There's a lot of different things in here, infrastructure and end user computing and such. For each of these offerings, there is a handbook that explains in depth how this service is ordered, consumed, sold, billed, etc. So you can find all these kinds of information in the Partner Connect, or you can just reach out to a local area representative and we'll be more than happy to help you. Also say here, just to mention it, for most of these programs, there's a ramp-up period. So you actually would have typically maybe up to 3 months actually to ramp up from signing up to one of the MSP offerings here. So you can build up, your service catalog or do, proof of concepts on it or stuff like that. And again, it's a pay-as-you-go program for all these offerings that VMware is putting in the MSP as well. And we had one hand that was raised, but it disappeared again. All right. Other than that, I don't think we have any additional questions. No. So, well, thank you very much for your time today. And I'm just going to say there's a short survey when you end this webinar. So we would very much appreciate if you took the time to answer the 3 questions that are popping up here. Sebastian, thank you so much for your presentation and going through the MSP program with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.